How are you doing today? I'm doing great because I just got curriculum. Yes, once you become a homeschooler, you become a curriculum junkie, right? So I went ahead and ordered my 2021-2022 school year curriculum nice and early. So without further ado, let's talk about second grade. She started on level 1 of the master books, math lessons for a living education. So she started on level 1. She finished that this year really quickly. Started in August, finished in November, and we started level 2. So we should be done with level 2 by the end of the school year. And I say should because as of right now, she's kind of flying through it. But if we hit any stumbling blocks, we stop. We take some time. I find some supplemental worksheets and things like that, or videos, or whatever, manipulatives, whatever it is that we need to get her over that hump. And so if she finishes it, that's awesome. That's what we're planning on, is that she's going to finish it by the end of the year. If she doesn't, we'll take a little break during the summer, and then we'll come back to it in the fall. But if everything goes as planned, she will be starting with the master books, math lessons for a living education, level 3. Okay, so one of the things you learn with homeschooling is that levels and school grade levels don't always line up. So this kind of, it's a little bit of mastery, a little bit of spiraling, kind of all mixed together. And it's a very Charlotte Mason approach. What is a Charlotte Mason approach? Some of you may be asking. It's the idea, to put it in a tiny little nutshell, that we learn from stories. So like when I look back at my education, I remember a lot of the books that we read. But I may not remember the teacher standing up there and teaching very much. You know what I mean? It's mostly we hold on to those stories. And so this math book is really cool, and this whole math series, in that it follows these two kids. They're twins, Charlie and Charlotte. I think the nod to Charlotte Mason. And it gives the kids at the beginning of each lesson, it gives them like a story that basically applies the math principle to real life, which for me is amazing. And my daughter, the way our brains work is like we need to understand like how it's applicable. And so this is awesome. I love it. And I'll do a full review and flip through of the first 2 books and this book soon. Next up is English. And English is one that I'm super excited about. Well, it's technically called language arts, but we call it English in our house because I'm old school like that. And we are going with the good and the beautiful. We have a similar situation. This is level 2. She started level K at the beginning of the school year. And even though she was going into first grade, because they have assessments on their website. They're kind of tricky to find, but it's worth looking for. Have your child take the assessment, give them the assessment to place them. Level K is advanced kindergarten or regular first grade. Level 1 is advanced first grade or like beginning second grade. And then level 2 is advanced second grade or regular third grade. So it's tricky. Like, even though I've been researching it and everything like that, you still have to like stop and wait, how does it work? The easiest thing to do is to just do the assessments. And the way their assessments work is you have your child take like the low assessment, and if they pass it, then you move on to the next one. And you keep going until they fail an assessment. So say she fails level 2. That means I need to go back and start at level 1. So she started level K at the beginning of this year. She finished it by Thanksgiving, the same as her math, and we moved on to level 1. And she's going through level 1, and she is projected to finish it by the end of the year. But if she doesn't, that's okay. We'll finish it up over summer, doing just 1 or 2 days a week to keep things fresh and get it finished. And then she'll start with level 2 in the fall. And it comes with a level 2 reader and a level 2 shared reader. Now, at this point, I am not super sure what the differences are, but I know it'll explain it to me. It's an open and go type of book. So it's like my favorite. You open it up. First of all, it's beautiful. Like all of the pictures and everything are absolutely gorgeous. And it'll tell you in blue, but for these, for the lower grades and for the junior high grades as well, it'll tell you in blue, practice sight words. Okay, you check that off. Work on practice chart A in the appendix. You do that. Read the poem to the child, and it gives you the poem. Read to the child this, because this is working on geography. And then it'll go on, and it gives you very clear instructions. And it'll give you a heads up if there's any supplies you need or anything like that. It's really, really open and go. There are some other curriculums that I looked at that said open and go, but they were not open and go. This is open and go. We're going to supplement that with handwriting. She's going to be starting handwriting level 3, and because she really desperately wants to learn how to write in cursive. So we're going to use that. That's also the good and the beautiful. For Spanish, both of my kiddos are taking Spanish this year, and we use Homeschool Spanish. And it's a really cool little curriculum. It comes with a CD in the back of each workbook that's got the songs on it. And it's got lots of worksheets for them to do. Definitely get the teacher's edition. I thought I was going to be frugal this year, and with the level 1, I got one workbook and thought I would split it between them, like give my son who's in 7th grade the harder stuff, and my daughter who's in 1st grade the easier stuff, and then I know enough Spanish to do, no, that did not work. That was a bad idea. I ended up having to make copies of things, and yeah, my printer doesn't like me anymore because of it, and I was lost as to what to do. And so definitely order one workbook per kid. It's pricier, but it's worth it, and get the teacher's guide. It is so worth it. Yeah, so that's what we're using. I'm not sure what we're going to do the following year because they don't have this. And yes, this is geared young for my 7th grader, very young for my 7th grader, but it's the basics. It's the basics in bite-sized portions, so I love it. Next up, I got the daily checklist. Now this is from The Good and the Beautiful for upper English, okay? So this is supposed to be for the upper levels, but I really like it for any kid. It's supposed to be for level 5 and 7 courses. But, I mean, this is just basic to-do list for them every day. So it tells them to write down the day of the week, sentence dictation, ladders or poetry memorization, alternate days, geography and grammar cards, alternate days, course book, and reading for course reading challenge. So many, and record your minutes. Like, this doesn't have to be for just levels 5 through 7. This doesn't even have to be just for the good and the beautiful. It is awesome. So I got one for my daughter as well. And then for health, I designed my own health course to fit the needs of a 7th grader and a 7th grader and 1st grader this year. Next year will be 8th grade and 2nd. And so what I have planned to start off the year is a kid's growth mindset journal, Learn, Grow, Succeed by Brandy Thompson. And growth mindset is huge in success. And I really want to turn off the soundtrack of I don't know how, this is hard. My soon-to-be 2nd grader is extremely bright. But when things don't come easy to her, she pushes back. She's like, nope, it's not easy. So many things have come easy to her that when it's not easy, she's like, whoa, I don't like this. I don't like this feeling of having to actually really try and fail and try again. So I want to build that in her. I want to build that resilience and that determination and that growth mindset. So this is the first step. I also have the American Girls book, like, The Care and Keeping of You, I think it is, or All About Me, something like that, that we're going to kind of pick excerpts from, because she's not quite ready for any of the puberty stuff yet. But she, just some little hygiene and things like that she can start taking over more for herself. We're going to work on that. So that's what I've got going for her. For science, that's one of our group studies that we do with both kids together. So what we're gonna do there is we have geology planned out, we have space, and we have energy. All three are with the good and the beautiful. Their science units are amazing. They work really hard at making sure it truly is a K through 8 science unit. There's something for everybody in every chapter to understand. There's so many hands-on experiments that it really speaks to everybody at the table. I'm learning, my son is learning, my daughter's learning, it's great. So we're gonna be doing those 3. I still haven't decided on the 4th one yet. I'm hoping their new meteorology update comes out between now and our 4th quarter so that we can study that, because my kids are really interested in the weather. We've had some crazy rainstorms here recently, and so they've gotten kind of enthralled with that. So I'm hoping that that update comes out. But that is what we're doing for 2nd grade for the 2021-2022 school year. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. What are you doing this year for homeschool? Are you going to be doing online? We like physical stuff. Do you prefer online? What programs or curriculums do you use that are just amazing? What games? So here's something. What games do your kids play? My kids love board games. We have like an allowance board game, and Uno is huge, and I'm like, yes, that's like math and colors and stuff. We play war with the Uno cards too, to help with greater than, less than. But what games do you guys like to play as a homeschool family to enrich your curriculum? Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring that little bell so that you get notifications whenever the Quarter Acre uploads. I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Take care and be blessed.